White Americans are the biggest terror threat to the United States. What's going on, guys? MaKaElectric. It is Sunday evening, June 28th, 2015. You know, ever since I've been doing this, the 6 or 7 years or so, the past week in the news has been, bar none, the strangest and most bizarre week ever. You know, put aside the whole gay marriage thing, put aside the whole, Supreme Court upholding the Obamacare thing, but this Confederate flag thing. Pay attention. You are watching history rewritten. Let me give you this. White Americans are the biggest terror threat in the United States, according to a new study by New America Foundation. New America Foundation. The Washington-based research organization did a review of terror attacks on U.S. soil since September 11, 2001, and found that most of them were carried out by anti-government groups or white supremacists. So right now, everybody who's anti-government is also in the same bucket as white supremacists. Do I got that straight? You know, this surveillance apparatus that was put in place since 9/11, the Patriot Act, the NDAA, all of the other crap, we've been telling you for years that this will get turned inward against the American people. Here's an article doing just that. White people are the biggest terrorist threat to this nation. Search for Confederate symbols finds them in Washington. How the hell did we go from a shooting of a white guy supposedly going into a black church, shooting and killing 9 people, to let's ban the Confederate flag across the nation? We're not just talking about the Confederate flag either. We're talking about anything that has to do with the Confederacy, including the founding fathers of this nation. I'll put this link from the New York Times. I still call BS on that church shooting, now more than ever. And for the people who made the argument to me, well, the forensics people can get it all done right away because the guy confessed. Look, how many times have you seen a killer walk free because something wasn't done right? Evidence wasn't treated properly. There wasn't an I dotted or a T crossed. It doesn't matter if he confessed. The prosecuting attorney still needs the ballistics information, and there's no way they did that in 4 days. On with what I got here. Dixie flag, discontinue sale of Confederate flag. Again, the flag is evil. You know, that flag to me doesn't represent good or evil. It's simply part of American history. Obviously, it means different things to different people. But to outright ban it across the nation, you say, well, it's not really a ban. Well, let me give you this. Amazon staff says government ordered them not to sell Confederate flag. Got an article from InfoWars. Check out their information. The government's behind this? No freaking doubt, as they were probably behind the church shooting. NASCAR backs moves on Confederate flag in wake of South Carolina church massacre. June 23rd from Fox 2. So NASCAR. Apple removes all American Civil War games from the App Store because of the Confederate flag. You tell me it's not being banned. Okay, you can still have it for your personal use, but they're banning the sale of it. They're banning it from video games. The General Lee from Dukes of Hazzard is losing its Confederate flag. Do you people see what's happening here? This is not about the Confederate flag. This is about America going away. Going away. And nobody seems to care. I'll give you this link from Yahoo News. We got, should General Lee's portrait come down? Article here out of Lee County, Florida. They are trying to erase history under the guise of some sort of racist nonsense false flag. Gone with the Wind should go the way of the Confederate flag. June 24 from the New York Post. I got a ton of it. I'm just going to go through it. Nearly 200 schools are named for Confederate leaders. Is it time to rename them? This is all mainstream articles, by the way, MSN News. So we're going to rename 200 schools because some lone nutbag went into a church and acted a fool. GLP thread here. Look at this. CNN host says statue of Thomas Jefferson should be taken down because he owned slaves. Thomas Jefferson! Going away. I'll put a link to the thread. The people are sounding off over there. Meanwhile, Obama and Hillary both had no problem using Confederate flag during presidential campaigns, but now, suddenly, the flag belongs in a museum. Another one here from InfoWars. Check that information out. It fit their agenda at the time. Now it doesn't. Or does it? The destruction of America. Daily Mail, shock after CNN host Don Lemon holds up huge N-word sign live on the air and asks, does it offend you? Don Lemon, you ought to be ashamed of yourselves. All of you people in the mainstream media who are pushing this crap 24 hours a day to try to create a racial divide. It's bad enough that the President of the United States went on the radio and said the N-word on a radio show over the weekend. Now you got Don Lemon holding up a huge sign with the N-word. Does this offend you? You ought to be ashamed of yourself, man. You're feeding into this. RT has this, the fun they had. You know, this is all a farce. It is all a scam to make America go away. Here's an article to prove that. The fun they had. The New York Times staff mimicked mass killings and leaked photos. That's what the mainstream media thinks about it all, because it's all a lie. Senate vote moves Obama's trade agenda to brink of enactment. Meanwhile, all this Confederate flag going on, looks like they got the second prisoner up in New York. Trade bills going on in the background. No one in America even knows what's going on because we're so distracted by this evil Confederate flag. Oh my God, we got to ban the flag. Speaking of the trade deal, $200 million went to House members to pass fast track. Here's who took the cash. Blacklisted News, June 26th. Politicians were paid off to pass the fast track? No, that would never happen. House of Cards, anyone? The New American reports UN. What else is going to come out of this Charleston shooting? UN wants urgent measures to control guns after Charleston killings. June 22nd. I could give a damn what the UN wants. They don't dictate our Constitution, or do they? Yahoo News says Pope. The Pope says weapons manufacturers can't call themselves Christians. This is from Yahoo News via Reuters, June 21st. If you're in the weapons manufacturing industry, you cannot dare call yourself a Christian, says the lead pimp on the planet. A couple videos at the bottom. Monograph did a great video. Hashtag stop Walmart. I'm sorry, stop shop Walmart. Fascist corporation. Definitely check out his information. Apparently Walmart, they refuse to make a Confederate flag cake, but they have no problem making an ISIS cake. I think that's what he's got there. One more at the bottom. For those of you who think that flag is racist, and I'm racist for having it on my backdrop, very bottom video, Pastor James David Manning, a black man. Take a listen to what he has to say in 6 minutes. I very much support him. That's how racist I am. Please tell me your thoughts on the Confederate flag being banned across the nation. This is absolute insanity. American history being changed because some lone nutbag went in and shot the place up. Anyone else find this alarming? You know, all of a sudden, us crazy people, in the past week, seems we've been vindicated. Tell me your thoughts. Please rate the video. Please pass it around. Make people aware of what's going on. Ask your friends and family members. Share these links to them. Ask them what they think. Twilight Zone music. That's all that plays in my head. You guys take care. Stay safe. I'll see you on the next one.